Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Everything is Bad New Fangled Motion Picture Show.
That's right, everyone. We're back with another episode of the Everything is Bad New Fangled Motion Picture Show. I'm your host, Niall.
And I'm Nolan.
And today we're going to be reviewing a movie that I think I found out about like 2-3 weeks ago. I had no idea they were making this movie until less than a month ago.
I had heard about it, but yeah. Anyway.
So we're going to be reviewing The Machine. We're going to be doing a spoiler-free review, and then we'll give you a spoiler warning and go more in depth into it after that. There's not really a whole lot to go into in the spoiler section.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you don't know what this is about, if you've been on TikTok at all, or YouTube Shorts, I think is what they call them, or Facebook Reels, or whatever the Instagram one is called.
Are you just a fan of stand-up comedy?
Yeah, you will have come across
Bert Kreischer
giving his story about partying with some Russian gangsters, during which time he earned the nickname of the Machine amongst them, and it's because it's like his. You know, it's his like main story. It's like the story he's most famous for. The bit he's most famous for.
Yeah, and they wind up getting so drunk that they rob a train.
Yep.
So the premise of this movie, and that's a story that he in real life he swears up and down is true. I'm sure there's people out there who don't believe it. But the premise of this movie is, what if someone he robbed on that train is now a like powerful Russian mobster themselves and wants to get back what was stolen.
Yep.
And so this is that story.
Yeah. So obviously this movie's a comedy.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird because like as a comedy, it wasn't like constant jokes.
So it wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be, and not that the jokes were bad.
There weren't
it wasn't as many jokes as I thought there was going to be.
Right.
Right. That's what I mean by that. Like sometimes you see a comedy like, oh, these are just really bad jokes. It's not funny. But no, the jokes were funny for the most part.
Yeah, like I think everything landed.
It's just there weren't as many of them as I thought there was going to be. I thought it was going to be like this raunchy, like 90s style, comedy, kind of like The Hangover or something.
And there's elements of that in there for sure. Like just like regular guy getting in over his head, so, like situation gets away from him, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's all in there. But it was not as like joke packed as I was expecting. This movie's okay. Right now it's sitting at like what, a 6.1 or something like that on IMDb?
6.6.
6.6. I'd say that's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's funny. Like all the jokes land. But it's like there's also this like kind of like heartfelt sort of story like woven through it.
Yeah.
Him dealing with like issue, like, problems he has had in his past, and like problems he's had with his father, and like issues he's caused for his family and stuff. And like all that was well done. It's just that I wasn't expecting so much of that.
So I just want to bring up the guy who played the character Alexei in this. This is his profile pic. It's just this head-on, straight-on shot, and you see just like the most chiseled jaw in existence.
He looks like he's cosplaying as the android from Metropolis, dude.
Yeah. He's German, if you can't like tell by looking. He just has those German features. Like he looks like he would be like the poster child for, recruitment poster in Nazi Germany. Just like
you can definitely see him as like an Art Deco, like an Art Deco painting of him like fighting communists or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure he's played a lot of German soldiers.
A lot of Nazis.
Yeah. Anyway, I just like saw that profile pic there. I was like, wow.
So apparently on TikTok, by the way, like there's you're not supposed, like, you can't say Nazi.
Yeah.
So people say Yahtzee.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, from what I could tell, no one is 100% sure that it actually affects anything.
I know in a lot of people say a lot of things. They self-censor for a lot of algorithm related stuff, and I've seen YouTubers, you can't say
Like
suicide. You have to say like self-delete or something like that.
Or, yeah, self-delete I've seen, or just unaliving.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And it's like, well, it's so stupid because you're saying the same, like, we all know what's being said.
But it's newspeak.
It's ridiculous. But the thing with YouTube, though, is you can't say anything that's considered like non-advertiser friendly within the first so many minutes.
Yeah.
So I mean, I might have said Nazi way too early in this.
Like, we're gonna be getting money off of this anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, so that dude, though, you're right. He looks like if they ever make a movie about Castle Itter, he's gonna be that SS commander.
Yeah, I was looking at the other like huge Russian thug, Sponge.
Yeah,
in this,
he's huge.
He's Squatter Bloat in the Sandman.
In
the TV series.
The TV series.
Yeah, remember like reading him at the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I know that, I'm like, oh, I remember that now. Like, he's familiar.
His voice is familiar.
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't recognize him, like, in appearance.
No, I know, but I think
Squatter Bloat.
Anyway.
Yeah. So the like I said, the heartfelt side to the story, it was well done and everything. I just wasn't expecting it. I wasn't going into it anticipating it at all. I was expecting more just like constant jokes.
Yeah. Not that it's like a bad thing necessarily, but
no, it's just it wasn't the movie I was prepared for.
Right.
So be aware of that going into it.
No, it's gonna have you in tears or anything like that.
No.
It's like.
And then also though, in the vein of like the 90s comedy genre, like you're talking about, there's a lot of drug and alcohol use in this movie.
But drug and alcohol use is what led to the backstory, so.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. You got anything else?
No, it's all right.
Mark Hamill was just kind of okay, I felt.
Yeah.
I felt like he's done better acting than that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he just wants to be like. He does his best work as a voice actor. And
yeah, he also does not look like he could be Kreischer's father.
No. He's a lot smaller than him, for one thing.
Yeah.
Not just like in girth, but height.
Yeah, he's a lot shorter than him.
Anyway, yeah, Bert Kreischer's a big dude, so. Anyway, throw up a spoiler warning here.
I guess. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to really talk about. The movie's pretty, like, fairly predictable. Yeah.
Of course, like, the MacGuffin's a watch, and of course they get it back. But then, so it's like the children of this mobster are all going for the watch, and when the daughter is the one who actually retrieves it, and she like kind of befriends, Bert and Mark Hamill, and then the dad's like, but you're a woman, I'd never let you take over my.
Which is a very Russian mentality.
Yeah, and so she kills her dad, and then she takes over. There was something. Oh, I was reading something somewhere. So in the beginning of the movie, he's throwing a pool party for his daughter's 16th birthday, and there's this mother there that like doesn't like him. He wanted a lot of people there, so he even invited people that didn't like him. And there's this mother of like one of her daughter's friends that's there, and she doesn't like him, right? And they're like kind of being mean to each other. That's that dude's actual wife.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, the woman playing that mother doesn't like him is Bert Kreischer's actual wife.
Okay, she's pretty funny. Because like if you're like on TikTok at all, you've come across the podcast that Kreischer does with that other comedian.
Yeah.
It's like was it the Two Bears One Cave?
Yeah, that's that podcast.
Yeah, so and she's on that sometimes. Like I've seen clips of her on there. She's pretty funny as well.
Yeah, the
dude's name's like on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, there was something I saw. Tom Segura.
Tom Segura, yeah.
Yeah, and so the two of them, it's just like running gag between them to like just make fat jokes at each other's expense because they're both fat guys. And in the movie, there's some like this scene where it shows some like graffiti on the wall and just says Tom is fat.
Yeah,
like, graffiti on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, that's got to be a reference to his buddy.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know what spoil. Like, yeah, they obviously finds the watch.
Yeah, he said it's a pretty predictable movie. Not that it's necessarily bad, but like this kind of movie is pretty formulaic.
Yeah, I don't think it's doing that well, but most comedies do a lot better at home video. But that's not a thing anymore. Like, there's no like way to like really earn money in streaming, unless it's like rental through YouTube or Amazon. And so I don't know how a movie like this is gonna like really get its money back. It's like Austin Powers bombed in the theater, but then when like it hit home video, everyone bought it because people were like, I don't want to spend money to go to the theater to see that movie. I'll wait till it's on video.
Right.
And then
or they rented it.
Or they rented or they bought it, and it did incredibly well, and way more than like made its budget back, and so that's why they made more Austin Powers movies. But it totally bombed in theaters, didn't even like earn its money back, and that's kind of how comedies always worked. But I don't, in this age of streaming, I don't know if this movie can really turn much of a profit.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's that. Releases. Are we gonna see Transformers? You don't seem like too thrilled at it.
I mean, are you?
I don't know.
So like the thought of seeing Transformers
if
feels
they were
like
taking,
a chore to me.
Yeah, if they were, it's over 2 hours. If they were taking it in the direction like it looked like they were gonna do after Bumblebee, I would be happy to see like if they were gonna use Bumblebee as that soft reboot like they had hinted at, and move forward. I would be happy to see the follow up to Bumblebee. This doesn't look like that.
No.
But it is set in the 90s, so maybe it kind of is, but it doesn't, you know what I mean? It just... The Transformers movies are such a mess. There's only like 2 worth watching. And it's the first one in Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Flash...
I'm not giving Warner Brothers money.
I don't want to
keep Ezra Miller employed.
Yeah, I don't want to give, and it's not even to me. It's not even like they kept Ezra Miller around. It's in addition to the way they treated Johnny Depp that was proven false.
Yeah,
and so it's like without really any proof, you get rid of Johnny Depp instantly. But with a lot of proof that Ezra Miller is a bad person, you keep him around.
Yeah.
If they had treated them both equally, I would be fine seeing the Flash, whatever that equally was.
Yeah. So,
but it's the hypocrisy.
well, what's annoying is that with nothing proven for Jonathan Majors, like Disney's talking about like just scrapping the whole Kang Dynasty arc and all this stuff and like trying to rewrite around that. Meanwhile, Ezra Miller like has proof that he like assaulted people, kidnapped at least one girl, right?
Yeah, it was grooming at least a couple.
Grooming a couple, started a cult.
Girls, started a cult.
I mean, come on.
Elemental, not interested in really. It just doesn't look that good. Asteroid City, though, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a couple weeks before we see a movie. It sounds like.
Yeah, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, opening opposite Ruby Gilman Teenage Kraken. That looks awful. Indiana Jones.
I've not heard encouraging things about Indiana Jones so far.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, scrolling down.
Gonna see Oppenheimer in
Yeah,
July.
Mission Impossible.
Oh yeah, we're seeing that obviously.
And then Oppenheimer. Opening opposite Coyote v Acme.
And Barbie. Did they move that Coyote v Acme, or was that always the same weekend as Oppenheimer? I don't remember that being the same weekend as Oppenheimer, but I could be wrong.
I don't remember. Haunted Mansion. Definitely seeing that. The Meg 2, The Trench.
I somehow thought there was already a Meg 2.
I think it got delayed or something. Anyway. Someone did not silence their phone.
I silenced the text messages. I was not expecting a phone call.
Why not just silence it all?
Because if I silence it all, I half the time forget to unsilence my phone, and then my alarm just vibrates and it'll ring.
That's your problem. Equalizer 3. Anyway, so...
Well, now it's your problem, too. It was marked as potential spam. That's the worst part.
The Outlaw Johnny Black. I think I brought this up a couple videos ago.
Yeah.
With Michael Jai White, and I'm like hoping it's like sort of a spiritual successor to Black Dynamite. Except it's PG-13, so it's not. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure it's a comedy. But, yeah, I don't know. I have to keep an eye out for that. And then we got all the Craven and... Oh, yeah, it was like a remake of The Exorcist or something.
Yeah.
Which is dumb.
In November, we got Dune 2.
Yeah. Dune 2. You ever hear all those stories about like The Exorcist is so scary and people like keeling over in the theater and all that stuff? And when I watched, I'm like, it's not. I didn't find it scary. It's an intense movie. I didn't find it a scary movie.
Yeah. But you build up a myth around a horror movie and like that, and you're gonna get views. That's the whole point.
Yeah. Wait. What's this? Fuck Them All, The Story of Heaven and Hell, The Making of a Ballet.
What?
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I think we need it there.
Yeah, so that's what we got coming up to review. Also, check out our other reviews. What was our last review, Nolan? This is
Spider-Man,
easy one
Across the Spider-Verse.
We're recording these one day after the other. So, cheat mode here.
Yeah.
But yeah, also, so check out our upcoming reviews. Go check out our other reviews. We've done a lot more than I realized.
This is 210? Yeah, 210.
When did we hit 200? I remember passing 100. I don't remember passing 200.
200 was 65.
Ugh. Really?
Yeah.
That's annoying. If it had been shifted by one, would it have been anything cool?
John Wick
That would have been way cooler.
or Operation Fortune?
Either one of those would have been better. Although I think John Wick 4 was a better movie than Operation Fortune.
Yeah, I remember you were upset about what our 100 was too, but I've removed those files.
You've archived that.
Yes, I don't remember what it was. It was like Toy Story 4 or something.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Sounds right. But anyway, so check out other reviews. And yeah, you got anything else?
No.
May your blade chip and shatter. Until next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Toodles.